Okay, this is a very good question, and the question is related to the case number, and how are you going to worry about your case number. So Asumani Kusima is having a question. The case number for his case number is from Africa, so is AF 58,000. Isn't at risk, or are we going to 80,000 from Joe Biden's will be kicking for relief? So there are two things here I want to address about the case number. There is number one, before the proposal of increasing the case number to 80,000. Assume that proposal is not there. 58,000, is that a very high risk number? In my opinion, no. For Africa. Why is it no? The maximum number of visas to be issued in the DV year is 55,000. But if you go for the last 10 years, there is no any single year where they have provided all 55,000 visas. In most cases, is 48,000, 50,000, 51,000. I haven't seen 55. One year it was 54,000 visas. But when they are going to select people, the number of winners is above the normal number. So for the DV 2021, they have selected 133,000 winners. Why have they selected all those winners? It's because there are so many situations where people will not be able to get visas. I can give some of those situations. Number one, there are people who applied for the DV lottery, or someone applied for them, maybe they forgot they applied, so they're not going to check the results. I've seen some people, until the DV lottery that year has passed, and they come to know that they didn't know that they won. So that is a problem. There are people who do not know, or they're not going to check the results. There are some people applied, they won, maybe they are dead. You never know. There are some people are going to be denied the visa because they don't meet the qualifications of either education or work experience. There are some people are going to be denied the visa because of criminal background. There are people going to deny the visa because of, let's say, you go to the visa interview and you say you are single while you are married, or you say you have kids. You say you don't have kids while you have kids. So there are so many cases of where people will be able to be denied. So that is something you need to understand. So 58,000 is not that very high number. But yes, you are still at the margin of the borderline. So that is the first part. Usually because of the ending of the what we call the travel ban. Usually the travel ban could give extra, people will be denied. It could be like 15,000 people. But now, people from travel ban countries, and also the expectation of waiting for people to be denied the visa due to what we call the public charge. The public charge now is not applicable, typical. So for that particular case, still all those kind of things will make someone be able to get the visa. So there are there will be people denied the visa, but that is not a lot. So someone is also related to that. In Asia, the case number 1,500. That is still a very small number in Asia. In Asia, you are starting to fear when you are going from 18,000. For Asia, that is a very high case number. But if you have 10,000, you are from Asia, that's a normal number. But let's go to another part of this video, or on this particular question. On this question, someone wants to know, 58,000, is that very high? And what is the status of the, from 55,000 to 80,000 increase of the DV lottery visas? And what is the status up to now? And whether will that be able to be applicable if it's going to be passed from the DV lottery winners who are processing the DV visas right now. So, up to this particular point, now I made a video about the Trump second impeachment, is going to delay a lot of things, because the second impeachment, which now today has been extended because they have to bring the the witnesses and all other kind of things. So that is going to remove or to add more days. So for that particular case, the package for the relief package, which is also going to include the immigration package, hasn't been gone through yet. But there is a higher possibility of the piece of increasing from 55,000 to 80,000 to be passed. That is not a big problem. So if you have a high case number, so we'll be able to see, for people from Africa, someone even for 90,000 will be able to get that, to get the interview. Because if they're reaching up to 50,000, 80,000, so someone from 90,000, 95, there are people who will be able to be denied the visa, and they are not going to be able to process. So that is another problem. Or another good news, if I can simply say that way. So those are some of the good things. Someone is asking, is Tanzania still in the travel ban? Tanzania, all the countries, there is no any country on the travel ban at the moment. And speaking of Tanzania, why I've said there are some people who are not processing the visas because they do not know. There are some people they are still knowing that maybe their country they're in travel ban, so they haven't filled the DS260. There is one person from Tanzania, after watching my video, oh, so Tanzania has been removed. Then last week, filled the DS260. So assume that person didn't go ahead and see my video. That means the person could not process the DS260. So for that particular person, that opportunity, his case number is less than 10,000, could go to another person. The travel ban has nothing to do with the Muslim. There are so many other reasons why the travel ban is there. One among is about terrorism, about the contract, about if you lose a passport. For instance, Tanzania and Sudan, or let me give you an example. If you lose your passport, you go to the police. Police has to report that one to the Interpol. Failure to report that one, you are against the contract of anti-terrorism contract you entered with the United States and United States and the global community on going to end all this kind of terrorism. So the third part of this particular question, so if the DV visas, they're going to be increased, let's say on March 15, because most of these things will happen in March. The decision on the passing of the relief bill or coronavirus relief bill stimulus will go ahead with will go ahead to by March, mid-March, they will approve. If it's going to be approved, when will the increased number will be able to apply? Will start immediately. So for the DV winners 2021, those who are waiting for the interview right now will be able to be applicable to go to 80,000. So they're not going to wait for the next year. No, it will start immediately going forward.